Yeah, let's start.
Oh,
Your life.
okay. Namaste and Athubandan, dear masters, and a very warm welcome to everyone. I'm Babita from Nebraska, US, and I'm delighted to welcome you to the fourth day of our journey to the 7 experience session. Today's session, we will begin with a calming meditation led by Lavanya ma'am to help us center ourselves and become fully present. After that, we will dive into our core topics, Acharya Sangatam, which will be conducted by me and followed by the session on diseases led by Ratna Jonada ma'am. We will conclude with an open Q&A, so please free to note down any questions or reflections you may have throughout the session. So let's begin this meaningful session together. So Lavanya ma'am, all over to you.
Thank you, Babita ma'am. Hello, masters. Welcome to this fourth day. As Babita ma'am has mentioned, we will start with meditation and then we will go with the concepts or wisdom sharing. Okay. So, everyone, please sit in comfortable position. Clasp your fingers. Close your eyes. Cross ankles and gently, relaxedly start witnessing your breath. Our breath is our guru. Our breath is our everything, our identity. Thoughts are common. If you realize thoughts are coming, gently come back to your breath. For next 15 minutes, let's witness our breath with this melodious Patriji's flute music. Last 1 minute, masters. Keep your eyes closed and let's show gratitude. Gratitude to this entire world. Gratitude to Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji for this happy life. Dr. J.K. for the spiritual wisdom. All the five kingdoms. And ultimately gratitude to our own self. Each and every part of our body, every cell of our body, every aspect, every situation in our life. And when you are ready, gently place your palms on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Gently look into your palms and open your eyes, masters. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, masters. I hope you had a wonderful meditation. And now it's time for Babita ma'am's presentation on life counseling. Babita ma'am, it's all yours.
Gratitude, Lavanya ma'am, for this beautiful meditation with soulful and melodious music.
Thank you.
So let me share my slide.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, and my voice is clear?
Yes.
Okay, let's start. So before we begin this meaningful, joyful session, I offer my deepest Vandan to all the seers and the sages through whom this wisdom has flowed, because I'm the one who is just the medium to share this knowledge. So I bow down to all the seers and sages and Brahm Rishi for giving us this knowledge, and let it happen as per the God's wish. Whatever we need, it comes to us. So, in our earlier classes, we understood that we interact with the life to gain experiences in 7 distinct ways. And out of these, we have already explored 5. And we all know life is made up of events. And it is through these events that we, as spiritual beings, interact with the world around us. We either participate in the event or we observe the event. And through these participation, and the observation, these events transform into our own experiences. And these experiences then become the foundation of our knowledge, helping us to grow, evolve, and align with our own Swarup, means our own truth nature. So today we will move forward and explore the sixth way, a life gain experience. Excuse me. Which is through Acharya Sangatam, the company and the support of senior masters, mentors, gurus, acharya. But to understand the value of this deeply, let us pause and imagine, what if children were told to teach themselves modern science with no teachers, no books, and no access to prior knowledge? What we if we had to reinvent the wheel in every field again and again? Life will be difficult, right? Yes. Without the wisdom of our past masters, our Vedic seers, or who are senior in this field, without their experience, we would spend entire lifetime struggling, making slow progress, or even going in the wrong direction. This makes us realize how essential teachers and mentors are, not just in academic or career setting, but on the spiritual path too. Just as we rely on teachers in school, mentors in life, and experts in every field, same truth applies to spirituality too. We need a spiritual teacher too, either in the form of guru, acharya, to move ahead on the path of sadmarg, sadhana, spirituality, as this help us to grow faster and more meaningful. When we build on the knowledge of those who came before us, things become easy for us. We can relate to those experiences. So, Acharya Sangatam is not just a guidance, it is a support system of grace for us. Now, let's explore the deeper meaning of this sacred association, means Acharya Sangatam, and how it was practiced traditionally. So, Acharya means the Guru, and the Sangatam means association, the one who teaches by example. If we in the association with the company of the Guru, we learn through his example. So, Acharya Sangatam means being in the association, guidance, and counsel of a spiritual master or a acharya or an enlightened teacher. In olden days, when an individual or family encountered a problem, they would go to a family counselor or acharya or kuldevi or uh, kulguru, something like that. They spend there and do the seva, serve them, and share their problems for a whole day. This is the same thing. The great master used to see the let me rephrase this again. When they go there in the association with the Acharya, what happened? The great master used to see the root cause of the problem with the help of his third eye and advise a better solution, practical solution. So, what to do to come out of that uneasiness, that imbalance of the life? But nowadays, that is not possible. By following the master advice, we need to have such support system. And that's why we have got Acharya Sangatam in spiritual tablets. to solve our imbalances. As we started evolving towards modernization, modern thinking usually focus on physical symptoms like on the gross level instead of the root causes. Due to this school of thought, spiritual masters were sidelined. Doctors replaced gurus in handling psychosomatic issues. And spiritual tablet recognizes the need to reconnect with this traditional wisdom. To understand the depth of this connection, we must first recognize what our spiritual roots are, which leads to imbalances in our life and disease manifestation at the physical level. So, what are spiritual roots? Spiritual roots are the foundation of our inner being. Our inner being consists of what? Our feelings, our emotions, our past sanskaras, our beliefs, our opinions, all sort of emotional dysregulational things, or we regulate our emotions based on that programming. So, based on this programming which we have in our inner self, the fruit comes in form of physical health or either in the form of life events. So, spiritual roots are the foundation of our inner being, which connect us to our highest self, to truth, to purpose, and to get connection with the universal consciousness. This means that many physical illness have their origin in the mind or in the energy body, pranic body, subtle body. So this brings us to the powerful link between our mind and body. All diseases begin in the mind because anything appears in the body it starts as a thought, emotion, or unresolved inner disturbance. If these issues are not healed spiritually, they begin to affect imbalances, start forming at the mental and energy levels in our astral body, pranic body, the subtle energy layer around us. Eventually, these imbalances manifest as illness in the physical body. At such times, the presence of the guru or acharya or counseling become invaluable. Spiritual counseling helps identify and heal these root causes before they reach the physical level, or if we have, excuse me, spiritual counseling helps identify and heal these root causes before they reach the physical level, or if we already have the disease in us, we know how to reverse it, how to cure this disease through the medium of counseling. It works like inner diagnosis, finding the true origin of suffering. But how exactly do mentor and gurus diagnose what is happening within us? Diagnosis through meditation, dreams, and inner sign. By connecting all these dots, spiritual mentor diagnose the plan for us so that we can come out of our inner suffering. Just like the medical scans, spiritual experiences, our meditation status, our dreams, our coincidence, our mindset, the way we speak, the way we see the life reveal our inner blocks. When we do meditation, it brings clarity and guidance to us. By looking at us, how the quality of our meditation, it brings the mentor, then what guidance have to give to the patient God. It brings clarity to us too when we speak with the mentors. So this is how the mentor diagnose and connect all the dots in us. So purpose of our life is to evolve, learn the lesson. But often we get stuck or lost. Spiritual imbalances which appear as a mental or physical issues makes us stuck, and counseling help identify these roots of these problems. Spiritual roots, in earlier we read spiritual intellect, yani means the man and the buddhi, what the man and buddhi is holding. Counseling help that. Through these sessions we uncover our blind spots and learn how to expand our perspective. Our counselors, spiritual counselors, or senior mentors carefully assess and document experiences over time to guide the healing. Senior mentors reviews the overall situation and offer guidance that align with our own soul journey. It is important to remember during these sessions we do not bring material or worldly issues into these sessions. We are focusing only on inner challenges like emotional blocks, karmic patterns, or spiritual confusions. As this process continues, our perception sharpens and we begin to receive the transformative energies. Now that we understood the spiritual process, the counseling process, let's look at how these sessions are actually conducted. Counseling is offered in a very systematic and sacred, I will say, in a very sacred format. We are encouraged to openly share doubts and all the questions which reside in us. We are not supposed to hide, we share openly. We are encouraged to share meditation experiences, our current emotional and spiritual states. What happen are inside when an event occur? What kind of turbulence, what kind of thought happen inside us? We all things needed to be shared openly before the counselor give us the monthly action plan to for us. And also our aspiration through our talks, the way we talk, the way we are going to way we are sharing with our counselor, we it shows our attitude for the spiritual growth rather than the material growth or overcoming the situation. Not. It should show the how should I overcome my inner challenges. And this kind of conversation, when held with senior mentors, they listen deeply and guide us with wisdom. The focus is always on the internal transformation, not on external achievement. So, at the heart of this entire counseling process, there is a presence of the acharya, the senior mentors, as we all understood till now. By now, he is the one who gives us the wisdom and the clarity through the talks, through the discussion, through the experience. It is always said a guru appears when the student is ready. Usually, when we choose the right company, things automatically flows. So when we are in the Sajjan Sangatya, now we are in the association with the Guru, Acharya, then a pure mind attracts genuine people in our life and genuine gurus. We'll try to learn from each and every thing. Guru Tattva is what? It is a teaching principle of the God. It's a tattva, a principle. So it can form in the appearance of a person, a book, or in any experience. As it is always said during the meditation, breath is our first guru. Even in the Shiva Savroti Shastra, it says, Swara Sakshat Maheshwaram, means Swara, the Shwas, itself is the Lord Shiva himself. So when we tune with our breath, the things started manifesting in our life in a much deeper way. And through the Guru, the association of the Acharya Sangatam, we receive personalized direction for our unique journey, clarity and confidence to move forward, and energetic upliftment through their presence because they have already evolved. They are their frequencies are higher, their vibrations are higher. In their presence, we also become energetically uplift. So the acharya role is not to just to fix, but to drive you to look deeper inside so that you can see the inner truth the way it is and do something about it. So, as one ancient saying reminds us beautifully, Guru ni shiksha leka guru thitula Caliguna. Sorry, this is my not language, but I think I am pronouncing it right. It is said by a sage Vamana. A guide is essential to succeed. Mentorship transforms intention into realization. Until inner voice awaken, outer guidance is necessary. If you see outer guidance, we see direction and the mentorship. And when inner voice awaken, it opens the new door for us. We see everything with different perspective. Life becomes joyful and fulfilled. As we continue learning in the association of Acharya, Guru, our inner awakening naturally begins. However, the third eye, which is the first experience we read, does not open suddenly. It is a gradual process and very sacred process. So, until we start getting messages from our inner consciousness, we need to be associated with something who knows much better than us, who knows more experience in this path, like Guru and Acharya or senior mentors. Therefore, regular life counseling shapes our journey of evolution, and when our eye is activated, we ourselves can prepare our soul plan too. But right now, we need that association to reach to that stage. With this, let us now reflect on a simple but powerful story which help us to understand what I mean. So maybe you all know this story, the six blind men and the elephant. So once upon a time, there lived six blind men in a village. One day, the villagers told them, "Hey, there is an elephant in the village today." But as they are blind, they had no idea what an elephant was. So they decided, even though we wouldn't be able to see it, let us go and feel it anyway. All of them went where the elephant was. Every one of them touched the elephant. Oh, the first one said, "Hey, the elephant is a pillar," said the first man who touched his leg. "It's a pillar." And the second man who touched the tail said, "No, no, no, it is like a rope." Okay. The third one, who was touching the trunk of the elephant, said, "Oh no, dear, it is like a snake. I can see it is withering." The fourth one, near to the ear he was, he said, "Looks like to me a fan. See how it is flapping?" The next one said, "You all are wrong. It looks like a wall. See the hard thing," when he was touching the belly of the elephant. Another, the sixth one said, "Who is near to the teeth of the elephant?" I said, "No, no, no. It looks like a spear. The tusk looks like a spear because it is sharp and smooth." And they started to argue about the elephant. And every of them insisted that he was right. But now they were in the disagreements and they started getting agitated. So a wise man was passing by and he saw this. He stopped and asked about them, "Why you are so angry with each other? What's the matter?" They said, "We cannot agree to what the elephant is like." Each one of them told what he thought the elephant was like. The wise man calmly explained to them, "All of you are right. The reason every one of you telling it differently because each one of you touched a different part of the elephant. So actually the elephant has all those features what you all said." So what does it mean? As a human, we tend to take the partial experience. We have our own blind spots which we are unable to see as a whole truth. We see that partial experience as a whole truth and our perspectives as our own version of reality. But our perceptions are very, very limited. So we only hold the partial information. And through having those kind of partial perceptions and receive of information based on our own version of reality, imbalances arise because of that incomplete understanding. Actually, the wisdom comes from integrating different kind of perspective, and true insight requires stepping back and seeing the whole picture. Just like that wise man, same thing. Like our Acharya, the Guru, Acharya Sangatam, they sit by us. They wanted to us to look at the bigger picture, the whole picture. They do our spiritual health checkup, offers personalized guidance and a soul plan. These discussions helps us to open up and allow us to see in a wider way, in an expanded way. Hope you all enjoyed the story. And in the end, I wanted to share this beautiful poem written. So, as a human, we are all social animals. We need community support to grow. So, let's read this poem together. I will say, when life feels heavy and unclear, and you don't know what to do or hear, you don't always need someone to fix it all, just someone to walk with you through the fall. A coach, a guide, or a counselor, or a listening ear. Someone who helps you face your own fear, not with advice or rules to say, but by helping you find your own way. They remind you you are more than your pain. You are energy, love, like sunshine and rain. They help you feel, release and grow and trust the things you already know. When your thoughts are loud and emotions strong, they help you pause and see what's wrong. They don't judge or push or make you change. They just gently help you rearrange. Because healing isn't meant to be done alone. We all need someone to support us home, not to lead or to decide, but to walk beside you step by step with pride. And one day, when you feel newer you will smile and say, I'm glad someone walked me through. And this, uh, I will conclude this session here. Thank you, everyone. And we will have Q&A after the Ratna ma'am.
Thank you very much, Babita ma'am. It's amazing. You ended with a poem and you said to read along with you, and it makes a lot of impact. I really liked it. Super. Yeah, some Rupa ma'am has messaged. I'm glad someone has walked through. So yeah, very nice presentation. It was very calm, quiet, and peaceful, and it's like a flow. Thank you so much. Okay, masters. Now let's move on to diseases. The final experience of 7 experiences. So very interesting. Everybody has once in a while or currently having some experiences of diseases, and let us understand what are diseases, why do we get that, and how come we can come out of them, and what we should understand from the diseases. Okay, Ratna ma'am, presenting you.
Thank you,
Ratna.
Bhavina.
Ratna.
Yeah, thanks
General.
for
Thank you.
yeah. Is it okay, audible, right? Yeah, thank you. Let me show my presentation. Give me one sec. Share. Is it visible?
Yes,
With
it
the,
is visible. If you
let
can.
me make it with the presentation.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So, Bhavita ma'am well explained about Acharya Sangatya, and it ended with a beautiful poem. And the continuation of it and the last experience of 7 experiences is the disease. So as you can see, disease is not ease, not at peace with our own bodies. So let's learn more about it. Okay. So to learn more about the spiritual roots of any disease, let's go through some prehistory, means the pre-birth plan. So pre-birth plan defines our, a purpose of our life. So part of it, before we take birth, we choose a 50% of karmic account and the lessons that we have to learn associated with it. And other part will be the free will, and 50% free will, which allows the flexibility, provides the flexibility to create our own reality. So together we take the birth to learn the unbalanced lessons that we have left in the past lives. So which means any unbalanced emotions in the past lives can come as a diseases. Every possibility is there to come as a diseases in this current life. So knowledge about our body will provide a meaningful insight. So what purpose we took the birth. So here I gave the picture of the Panchakosha. So there is always also say like 7 bodies, but it's a sub-region of the Panchakosa. So let's make it much clearer and simpler. So the topmost physical body which is visible to our eyes is the Annamaya Kosha. Anna means food. Kosha means a modification. So this physical body is like where what we eat, the food we eat converts into energy. And also it is made up of the 5 elements, the earth, water, fire, what's that called? Space. So environment also provides a significant role on our body, and also what type of food we eat. Anything improper food can be converted into an energy. I mean, like it creates the the improper food can cause a causative factor of and disease. The second one is the pranamaya kosha. That is the biomagnetic field of the body. It has the prana, life force, the nadis, and the energy centers. When the prana flows through this, the nadis, it regulates the energy flow, and through the energy centers, it manages our the body system. So any if the flow is not free, it can also cause energy blocks, and that can create a disease as well. The third one is the manomaya kosha. That is where our emotions, our feelings, our desires. So all the emotional hangama, that is where we keep it. So anything like all these, like the thoughts, desires, feelings, everything can, if they're not appropriate, they can deplete energy and can be a cause of the diseases. The fourth one is Vijnanamaya Kosha, and that is where our intellect, knowledge, and reasoning power, what is good, what is not good, like what is right, what is not right, wrong, all those things are in the Vijnanamaya Kosha. So together with this Vijnanamaya Kosha and Manomaya Kosha, together they impact our energy body as well as our physical body. So any imbalances at these higher level koshas can come in, influence the energies that flow into through our chakras and bodies, and eventually can manifest as a disease. So the last one is a bliss body. And of course, that is when we mastered out of all these emotions and all. So we can realize the universal existence and be in a blissful mode. So that is the ultimate path or, that we have to achieve. So that's the brief intro to the Panchakoshas and how it impacts our body system, or, the body system, and can be a causative factors to the disease. Let me go to the next slide. So any illness, whether it is a physical illness or a psychological illness, the root causes of, having unscientific, unwanted, and irregular, irregular thoughts and eating habits and relations. How we maintain this. So let's go to the each circle. So eating habits, like what is unscientific about it? We're having a non-veg food, non-vegetarian food, and unwanted. Like even if we are not hungry, sometimes if we like a specific food, we want to stuff ourselves. And irregular means like eating at odd intervals. With the busy schedules nowadays, we eat, we have, our body has a certain biological, clock, to eat at a right time, then the digestive system can digest at an appropriate time. But We simply ignore, we eat at our own convenience and our own schedule, when our own schedule permits. So all these unwanted, irregular, and unscientific food habits can help to create afflictions, and which can convert to a disease. And not just the eating habits, but also the information we take through our five senses. So what we watch on the TV or through social medias, and what do we hear, types of gossiping information or any such, and what we speak, whether we are making an appropriate speak or maybe positive speak, because words are very powerful. They are also energy, so they're very, very powerful. So the information we intake through our five senses can also be a causative factors for the disease. So we have to be very careful. We have to follow an optimal diet, not only through about our food, but also for our senses. So thoughts. I think as I read these books recently, thought is the biggest causative factor for all types of commotions in our life. So once we entertain a thought, it not only it stays in the mental level, and until it gets balanced, it sustains there. Not just in mental level. I recently read in a book, every thought, whatever it is, the related, it stays in the specific system of our body. Say, for example, if we make thoughts about food or about possessive thoughts, they can stay in the digestive system. And any thoughts related to emotions like likes, dislikes, all those things stay in the circulatory system. Not just the negative thoughts, even their counterparts. If we think about love, kindness, empathy, they also, like anything related to that, the emotional type of thoughts, positive and negative, they stay in the circulatory system. And ego related and resilience, those things stay in the respiratory system. Sexual thoughts, of course, in the generative system. So they stay there until we balance them. They can be a causative factors again for the disease. So besides that, anyway, in a day, we make so many thoughts. Most of them are negative, most of them repetitive and unnecessary. But we are unable to control them, and it's like almost a automatic process that goes in our mind. And all these thoughts, whatever we make, especially negative thoughts, we lose energy associated with it, because we have the destructive thoughts, and where we worry about future. Negative thoughts, like we condemn others, like or we self-condemn ourselves, or making judgmental about others. All these negative thoughts, they can deplete a lot of energy. So through that can cause a disease. So it is very, very important to create a fence around these thoughts and convert our negative thoughts and destructive thoughts to positive thoughts, or even to miraculous thoughts. So the other circle, it talks about relationships. As part of our birth plan, we choose our relations, whether it be our parents, our kids, our siblings, friends, extended family members, name it, whatever. So we choose all these relations for a mutual purpose of learning, so that we can grow out of it. So whatever the karmic balances we have with them, we can balance it out and then grow out of that. But what we do in a day-to-day life, we always argue with them, and we create a conflict because of our own expectations. We judge them. So all these negative type of aspects can deplete the energies again. And so having a purposeful relations and a meaningful, binding factors associated with the relations is very, very important to conserve our energy. So that we can be, we don't give a disease-prone environment with our, family, and to the community, with, in our work environment, anywhere, wherever we interact with people. So far we have learned the different causative factors about our, what causes our disease at a, but how do we identify, like, is there any way that, we can learn in advance so that, we can prevent these diseases, or even if the disease occurs, we can cure it. So we are energy conscious and wisdom units. So does our environment also. That is also energy conscious wisdom unit. So any alterations in the energy system can manifest as artifacts or objects in the environment we move around in our day-to-day existence. So past few days, a lot of our masters spoke about the dreams and coincidences, meditational experiences, and just Babita ma'am talked about the Acharya Sangacha. And so all these tools provide us the messages that tell us if we have the, it's like alarm to us. But if we have the ability to interpret them, well and good. But if not, they can be manifest as a disease again. So here I gave a few examples. Eyes is an indication to the direct evidence. So when we have, when we are deviated from our perception deviates from the truth, any problems related to eye can happen. So that tells us to change our perception. And water-related experiences, whether it be a river, pond, or even water pipes break in our home, any of these water-related experiences are, it belongs to Swadhisthana chakra, and it tells us, it indicates us, the maintenance of cosmic energy, the importance of how to maintain our energy system. And the grass and lawn mower. So that is about when we ruminate, when we are brewing over, I just spoke about thoughts, we get in a day almost several thousand of thoughts. So most of them are unnecessary, but we still ruminate over them. We keep on thinking about it. So when we have that type of rumination and losing energy, universe is very helpful to us, and then it gives an indication in the form of grass and lawn mower. So what we have to do, we have to create a fence. To create a fence to control, to arrest our thoughts, or at least we can convert those thoughts to a positive thoughts that can be helpful to us. And the doormat is an indication for minor mistakes in our life. So what are the minor mistakes? The thoughts, how we use our thought process, how we use our time, and whether we are investing our time in a proper way or wasting our time. Money, how we use, whether we are using money for a righteous purpose or in a wrong mode. And place, where we are hanging out. Are we hanging out how here today now we are all hanging out in a place where we are learning about spiritual knowledge. But at the same time, in the same hour, I can hang out in certain places where be in an ignorant state. I waste my time, right? So, and then same thing as position, if the positional power. If we have the sometimes we are in a position, either it is work or or even at home as a parent, we have the what do we call, we have the ability to use our position to impart the knowledge. So by being a parent, I have every time and essence to teach my kids what is right, what is not appropriate. Same thing at a workplace. If you are a boss, if you are a team lead, you have the ability and the time to impart a proper knowledge to them rather than improper. So all these things, all these are minor mistakes, whether we are using them in a right way or in a wrong way. So doormat is an indication for that. And small snakes, when we get in our dreams or any other way, even through our day-to-day existence, the experiences related to small snakes, which indicates the desires multiple desires within us. So like that, universe provide us, through these objects and, the different, through messages also. Sometimes it's not exactly through dreams, but sometimes even if we watch a movie or listen to a song, we can get, oh, okay, this is something that I have to learn from it. This is an indication. As long as we have the awareness towards that, we can interpret these messages easily, and that we can use it to benefit our life. So health part, health is not just, we have to understand the health is not just related to at a body level. It is at the mind level, intellect level, and a soul level. So at physical level, what is important? We have to take a optimal diet, as I just explained in the previous slide. Not just for the food, a proper way of taking information through our five senses is very, very important. And a cleanliness of the body, that is important, and exercise. All these things help to our physical level healing. So energy level, the meditation is the best practice. We know we receive a lot of cosmic energy, and that energy can cleanse our nadi system, and any energy blockage is there, it clears out. So that is at the taking care of it at energy level body. Mental level, all these the emotions, desires, and all those things, all the negative emotions and non-acceptance, anything like those type of negativity that is within us, we can replace that with the divine qualities. We can develop the empathy, we can develop the positive qualities such as kindness, compassion, and those type of being, feeling, having an unconditional love. All these are positive qualities. As long as we are developing those type of qualities, we are healing our mental level body. And the intellect level is something, our reasoning power. How do we improve our reasoning power? By reading books, by having a sajjan sangacha, or even swadhyaya, listening to your discourses. All these give us a wisdom. So we all also have some, saying that, I think Gita, jnana didagdanam, karma. So like if we have the wisdom, if we gain the wisdom, we can easily burn out the bad deeds. We can clear out our karma by having our ignorance, by having a proper wisdom. So spiritual science is really looking from the soul's perspective. So when we look at the soul's perspective and taking care of our body, mind, and intellect parts of our body, we can definitely improve our health if we have a disease, or even prevent a disease also. So by proper all these help to align with our purpose of life and lead a balanced life. The spiritual tablets, just like Babita ma'am touched base in her one of the slides about regular counseling and spiritual science classes and all that. So spiritual science has the spiritual tablets course has several different tablets that can use these objects that we have learned in the previous slide, either what we get through dreams or messages, other means of messages. We can use these objects and use appropriate tablets and can cure our diseases. We have several different types of tablets. And the basic tablet is 12 tablets, which provide the first 6 tablets of that, provide information about different types of meditation, regular meditation, pyramid meditation, group meditation, Paurnami day meditation, because, during group meditation and Paurnami meditation, we know that we get, extensively 3 times energies than regular times. The other 6 of the 12 provide information about how to sustain the energy that we have gained through meditation. And the one tablet series talks about the spiritual concepts, and 2, 3, 4, all those, 2 to 7, those tablets provide information about how to, the responsibilities we have, the relations at, towards ourselves, towards our family, towards our community. And Arishad Varga is about how to control our emotions and come out of it. And 10 energy concepts are about really like different, methods by following, music, by following, say, those are really helpful, especially if an individual is unable to do, meditation or any such thing. Even the regular, meditators or non-meditators, doesn't matter. So, but they provide how we can use these 10 energy concepts is how to transform our environment so that that's also helpful in healing. And random tablets, they provide about discipline, about our thought process and the strategies associated with it. And 10 traffic signals are very, very important. They're guiding principles to our life and provide a right direction, what right direction we can take in terms of day-to-day life situations. So all these 7 experiences, just like how X-ray and MRI are the diagnostic tools, all these 7 experiences are the diagnostic tools to understand the disease-causing factors and, provide using these appropriate tablets, we can cure the diseases and prevent the diseases as well. This last slide is really about my personal experience. As you can see, this was me up until last year. I have the knee problem past 5 years. It is not significant, but it is there. It comes and goes. So I went to doctors and I had orthopedic, and they took an X-ray, and they said it's not arthritis, but there is no definite cause associated with it. But I had hard time taking steps sometimes for a long walks, and I couldn't really sit in a Padmasana state, how we normally used to since we are child, I'm very used to that, so I couldn't really sit in that pose. And slowly it resonated into my ankles also, past couple of years, especially in summertime. I don't know why. As I said, it's intermittent. And I was getting pain at my ankles also. And I was having hard time sometimes even to take a few steps. I started the spiritual tablet course, I think in September, October timeframe. I'm not new to Anapanasati meditation, and I'm not new to reading books also. I've been reading, I read in the past also spiritual books, and was doing my Anapanasati meditation, whether I'm regular or not. But, but object science is totally new to me. So only after I came to the taking spiritual tablets course, I understand how the object science is very, very important in understanding our, the diseases or the ailments we have in our body. So I started doing extensive meditation around right before even the spiritual tablets course. I started doing extensive meditation, and after I participating in several book clubs, and of course reading books and participating in Sajjan Sangacha, I have been doing all that. So later in part of the some one certain months, October, November, December, probably, I found out about these knees and ankles. When I started my, extensive meditation and all that, I didn't know the specific object science about knees and ankles. But as I learned about knees, I realized, okay, this if I can, I don't know if you can read that properly or not by the way the angle. So knees indicate extend from wherever you are and move forward in your life. Surrender to higher self and acceptance of the past. And ankles indicate it's a shock absorber organ. So any procrastination in taking decisions can cause stress, and that stress, if it crosses the threshold, can cause disease again. So that is where we have to, be concerned, and acceptance the challenges with positivity. So without even realizing, as I said, my extensive meditation or participating in book clubs and wherever the Sajjan Sangacha participate in that, express and voice out my opinions. All these, I guess, they, help me out. And I realized, I think, like a Jan, Feb time, I didn't have the, knee pain. I stopped using it. I packed all my knee pads and ankle pads and then stored them. So I no longer have the, knee problems or ankle problems. So the other thing in very interesting is I was kept getting around, I think, Jan Feb time also, like I was getting, in my dreams, I was kept getting the theater dreams. I wasn't sure what it was about. So part of the 3-tablet series, we have a tablet called Lakshmi Parvati Saraswati, the 3 phases of our life. And in that, the Saraswati phase talks about taking new lessons or learning a new language or new skills, the importance of it. So then I realized, oh, okay, like so theater, this theater experience probably telling me that I have to learn something new, some new language or one new skill. So, but I was thinking, how do I do that? I mean, what do I learn now? I was telling myself, well, if that is the thing, so let the universe, provide the guidance to me, what type of language I can learn, or maybe what type of art, like either music, dance, whatever. Let the universe guide me. So I think in the month of Feb, my WhatsApp was full and I had to delete some of them. So I was going through these, like the WhatsApp messages and posts. And I came across the Sri Krishnamritam post. I clicked on it. I was thinking, what is it? And then clicked on it and I see the familiar face, Lavanya man's face. So, it's a session going on. It started actually January. So session was going on. So I participated for the rest of the session and she included me. So started up, I was I'm a regular participant of the, Sri Krishna Amritam group. And the surprise that after that, I'm no longer getting those theater dreams anymore. So it is very, very surprised to me because, like how these objects science is helping me to interpret, these, whatever the disease factors are disease causing factors. I'm thinking myself, say, suppose if I ignored these, theater related dreams, probably over some time, maybe not immediately, maybe over certain period of time, it could have manifested as in a disease. Who knows? I'm not sure because we in the part of our course we learn any deviation from the purpose of our life can manifest. It's directly related to the percentage and intensity directly related to the specific organs. So say suppose if we deviate to 10 to 20%, then it can manifest as a skin disease. And I think 40 to 60% as a, in the form of muscle. And 80 to 120%, it's like a bone diseases, anything. 180% is for cancers. And beyond 180, it is a death. So we have a very factual information associated with that, with all, in all these, tablets, how they are, how they can cause diseases in our life. So I really, really like, appreciate myself. Like, I'm very glad I'm taking the spiritual tablet course and I recommend this course to everyone. non-meditators as well as meditators as well, because even as I said, before I came to spiritual, taking the spiritual tablet course, I was a meditator. I was reading books. Even though I wasn't participating in the Sajjan Sangacha because I wasn't in part of any groups, but I'm still not new to spiritual path of life. But taking a spiritual tablet course helped me how to identify these object signs and how to use it to my purpose of life, to how to benefit, that is beneficial to me. So with this, I conclude my presentation, and thanks for the opportunity that is given to me to talk about these diseases. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask.
Very nice presentation and personalized experience sharing, Ratna ma'am. It was a surprise. I don't know that you have come out of your theater experiences with the Sri Krishna.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
I mean, actually, like after attending the classes regularly, they don't no longer was getting those diseases, those theater experiences. Prior to that, almost 2 to 3 weeks I got
No,
repetitively. Yes.
very, very nice.
Yeah.
Yes, masters. With this, we have concluded the 7 experiences. Tomorrow, the Friday, we will be having a fun game, so we can just have recall all the material like a 7 experiences, just with a fun. We can play. We encourage you all join tomorrow. And for today, about the life counseling and also about diseases. I'm sure you will be having a lot of questions about the diseases and how to solve them in counseling. Um, Anything, any minor things or something, if you want to talk about it right now, please feel free, unmute yourself. And just to give your information, spiritual tablets team, Dr. GK, under Dr. GK we do counseling. We give the service of life counselings and regular meetings. It's like a holding hand of the person and taking to this happiness. So if you need any help or anything, please contact spiritual tablets. I will give put uh, put the in chat all the information, and for any questions please open now. Thank you. Anyone? All right. Okay, if you you have my number or anyone from the group, or we are in the WhatsApp group. So if you have any questions later or any personalized messages you want to talk to, or you want to meet Dr. GK on Zoom, so please contact any one of us, of the speakers. Thank you, masters. Thank you, Ratna ma'am and Babita ma'am, for a wonderful session. So tomorrow we will going to have fun and on spiritual tablets. Thank you all, masters, for joining and the whole 1 week and showing interest in a better life. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Namaste, everyone.